What's up, brothers? This is JTLive, and welcome back to another episode of South Sand Stories. And boy, we are all in a lot more of an uplifted, happy, spirited mood right now, aren't we? That Liverpool game, that has changed it all. It has changed the game, changed the name of the game, changed everything. All of a sudden, Marsh is the biggest tactical genius known to mankind. He deserves a 10-year contract. Leeds are in a title charge. Everything's looking up, except for my height, which is looking down, much like most people do when they speak to me. However, maybe I am getting a little bit carried away with things, and we probably will go ahead, smack Liverpool, and then go and absolutely share the bed against Bournemouth tomorrow. But it's a big game. It's a big game. Saturday, 3 o'clock, back in the old standard, typical English football mould, and hopefully back in the form for another win. We should be beating Bournemouth, man. I know they've been in impressive form recently, and, well, I mean, they're sat above us in the table, you know, and that's all we need to say about that. Despite getting a 9-0 hiding at the hands of Liverpool, losing their gaffer, they're still above us in the table, and things are looking well for them. And things for Leeds, you know, at least squad-wise, aren't looking too well, because the big news of the week is that my guy, the sauce merchant himself, Sinistra, he's not going to be fit. He's not going to be fit until after the World Cup, unfortunately. That problem he had is actually quite a big one, and it's a lot bigger than we did think with his ankle. However, we do have the other sauce merchant in the fold, Crissorcio Sauceville. Hopefully he starts for me in that attacking midfield role in the middle there, or out wide. You know, he's very interchangeable with Brendan Aronson in there. I really like his ability picking the ball up deep, driving us forward. He does that better than anyone else I've seen in a Leeds shirt this season, really. I mean, arguably, Brendan Aronson also shares those same kind of qualities, but Somerville's just a little bit more consistent in the way that he does it, and he has a bit more of an eye for goal, if you know what I mean. He's at least trying to get in and around the goal threat, goal area more consistently, and hopefully he does start. And I think against a team like Bournemouth, who lack a lot of legs in the midfield and defensively, I think we could be in for some serious fun come tomorrow. I think we could absolutely damage them. I'm talking damage, collateral damage, consistent destruction of their anal cavities. I want to see us absolutely drill through them like a hot knife through the softest, most succulent tub of butter that you've ever seen. I was trying to think of what kind of butter. I'm going to say a block, a cube, a tub. Doesn't matter what kind of butter. We need to slice through that. And for me, I'm feeling good. I know we've been poor against the smaller teams, but that Liverpool game seems like a turning point for me. It does seem like a turning point. Jesse Marsh has been under a lot of scrutiny. He's come out. He's accepted it. He's put it on his shoulders. He said, look, I'm sick and I'm tired of all this goddamn losing. All right? It's not in my DNA. It's not in Leeds' DNA. What are we playing at? Going against teams like Fulham at home and losing. What are we playing at there? And he's going to change things around. Leeds have started to change things around. And I think personnel-wise, we're getting more of the youth involved. And it's just a bit more of an uplifted spirit. We didn't really utilize... Look, all right, I'll put it this way. It's a big opportunity for Leeds to utilize this and get some form behind us before going into this World Cup. We need a few more wins. We don't want to be coming back from the World Cup in the relegation zone or within a point or two of it. We want to try and push away from this. And this is a big opportunity to do so, which we failed to capitalize on before. We beat Chelsea 3-0. We had a lot of goodwill in the fans and the club, and we needed to use that result to springboard performances to get more results. However, we didn't utilize that. We let our form completely drip. We lost all momentum that we had gained from that, and it was as if it didn't even matter, as if it was irrelevant to the rest of our season. However, now we have another opportunity again. We did something barely anybody does. We went to Anfield and we got a result. Okay, we didn't just get a result. We played them off the park at moments in the game. Yes, they had more possession. Yes, they had a hell of a lot of chances. And the Iceman Meslier, whew, my God, was he cool in the veins, because he managed to keep us in big time against Liverpool. But we should have had a few more chances, a few more goals, really. You know, Bamford missed a couple of sitters. I mean, again, man, Bamford, I love you. I love you. I really do love you, Bamford. But please learn to use your right foot. Please. Come on, you're a professional footballer. If you used your right foot, you'd have about 5 or 6 goals this year, mate. You'd be back up in contention for the England squad if you used your right foot a little bit more. And speaking of the striker situation, what are we saying, boys? Are we putting Bamford in there? We're putting Rodrigo. Come on, mate. It's Rodders. Rodders any day of the week. What does this guy have to do to get the respect of the people? That's my question. What does Rodrigo Moreno have to do to get the respect of the people? Okay? Rodrigo Moreno is a man who is heavily lambasted anytime anything goes wrong with Leeds. But yet he's our top goal scorer. He scored 6 goals. He's only missed 2 big opportunities. He's a clinical finisher. His positioning is amazing. You saw it in that goal. Yes, it was a tap-in. Yeah, it wasn't the hardest finish, but it was his positional awareness, his alertness to be awake when Van Dijk wasn't. Van Dijk fell asleep after Gomez made that horrendous back pass. And who was awake? Rodrigo. He anticipated it. He got himself in the right position. He's got the striker's instincts, man. I think he's got to start for me. However, I'm going to contradict myself a little bit here because the big contentious starting point for me comes in Willy Gnonto. You know me as much as the next guy. I have been crying out for Willy Gnonto to get himself in there. I've been crying out to get him a starting position. I said it can't go any worse. And he got his chance against Liverpool. And he was imperative in that game. He was completely instrumental in everything we did in getting that winner. The way he got the ball and everyone stepped 3 or 4 yards off him because they were so scared of what he was going to do. His sharp agility, low center of balance, the way he was weaving in and out of players. For the goal, he heads it, flicks it round Milner, does a 360 no-scope off his head onto the floor, shimmies it to the side, lacroquettes it down the line, and he doesn't just panic. He doesn't just panic and hoof it in there. He looks up, he sees Bamford in place, and he drills it across on the floor, curls it straight into his path, which eventually manages to allow him to flick it on to Somerville. Imperative. He was playing in the wide wing role when that happened. Does he start there? That's the question, because then you're going to have to drop either Harrison or Aronson or maybe even Somerville and put Aronson in the middle, which I don't see happening. Or do you lump him up front? I mean, there's a lot of criticism about his height. Do you guys think he's tall enough to start up front? I don't know. I think I'd give him 45 minutes. I'd give him 45 minutes against Bournemouth. And we are going to get into our 1-11. I think that's a perfect transition to. In goal is obviously going to be Meslier. Centre halves, I still say it. They're never going to do it. But I want Koch and I want Struijk there. Left back, I want Firpo. Right back, I'm going to go Ayling again, man. I thought Christensen was phenomenal against Liverpool, but I still want to see Ayling in there, man. His attacking impetus against a side like Bournemouth again. I really want Luke Ayling in there. Midfield, Dwayne The Rocker Johnson against Adams, with Adams. And then the 3 behind the striker. I am going to go with my man, Tyler Adams? Brendan Aronson. Brendan Aaronson! The American Dream. Left wing, Jack Harrison. Sorry, Willie. And right wing Somerville. And then Somerville to go into the middle if and when he can. And then up front, this is the contentious one, but I am going to back Rodrigo Moreno. Let me know what you guys think about that down in the comment section down below. What do you think about my 1-11? What is your 1-11? And what are your scores on the doors? For me, it's going to be a 4-0, 4-0 hiding. Thank you very much for watching this video. See, and I will see you later.